Alright everyone, I am driving into the town of Washington, Georgia. And this is what you see coming into town. It is beautiful already. Beautiful homes. Downtown's up this way. Let me show you a map real quick so you can see where I am. This town is got some amazing Civil War history. So let's get into town and we'll talk about it. Alright, I am in downtown Washington, Georgia. It's filled with striking architecture. Anchored by this, the Wilkes County Courthouse. But I'll tell you about it in a second. Now, this is one of the first towns named after our first president, George Washington. They actually claim to be the very first town. And from what I understand, George Washington himself came to this town to acknowledge that. And that's interesting. But the most interesting thing about this town is its place in Civil War history. It is here on May 5th, 1865, that Confederate President Jefferson Davis met with his cabinet for the very last time. The Confederacy was crumbling, was defeated. They met here right in that very spot where that building is. It was a different building at the time. The Herd House, from what I understand, is what it was called. But they met there and dissolved the Confederacy, ending our bloodiest conflict in our history. Over 620,000 people dead in the Civil War. It's just incredible that that's where it ended, right there in that very spot. Now, there's still some reminders of the Civil War here. Here's a monument, a Confederate monument. Last cabinet chapter, Daughters of the Confederacy, Sons of Veterans, there you go, 1861, 1865. Yeah, it's fascinating. Now, on to the building. This is like I said, the Wilkes County Courthouse. Washington is the county seat. This was built in 1904. This is Richardsonian Romanesque architecture. Of course, that is a style developed by Henry Hobson Richardson. He's one of the United States trinity of architects. Our three greatest architects in our history. He's one of them. The other one is Frank Lloyd Wright, which of course he pioneered the prairie style architecture, which is basically buildings that fit into the environment. And Louis Sullivan was the other. He was the father of the skyscraper. He was in Chicago. So, yeah, let's go check out some other stuff. Here's another statue in the square. Let's see what it says. Black Patriots Monument. Blacks, Native Americans, and whites all fought for freedom for the American colonies. Their sacrifices will always be remembered. The Georgia experience. As the youngest colony, Georgia had few available for the militia. Hence, every man was required to serve, even slaves. When conscripted, the slaves were provided rifles, ammunition, gunpowder. If they took the life of an enemy or captured his flag, they gained their freedom. Wow. On August 14, yeah, that's some loud brakes on that truck. Okay, on August 14, 1786, in recognition of his military service during the Revolution, Austin Dabney received his freedom and land from the state of Georgia. Dabney was one of the many to fight for freedom in Georgia. I guess maybe that's who this is right here. This bust is. I passed this mural driving into town. Made a mental note to get a closer look at it. That's awesome, isn't it? World premiere, Lowe's Grand Theater, 1939 Atlanta. I'm just wandering around downtown area. Came upon this house. Wow, huh? Says it's the Tupper Barnett House. It's a National Historic Landmark. Alright, so that's downtown. So kind of just on the edge of it is this. The Mary Willis Library. Built in 1889. Let's see if I can get you a shot of it. The sun not interfering. There's a bit of a look. Yeah, built in 1889. This is Queen Anne architecture. Actually, American style Queen Anne architecture. A little bit different than European Queen Anne. It's a mixture of styles. Dutch, French Second Empire, neoclassical. And it's noted for the Tiffany glass in the windows. I think you can see that. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I believe this was the first free library in the state. Yeah, here it is. This library was Georgia's first free, without a subscription fee, public library. Founded in 1888 by Dr. Francis T. Willis in memory of his daughter. It opened in 1889. Well, you pull out of downtown and immediately you see a lot of striking architecture. There's absolutely beautiful homes everywhere. Hopefully you can see that. Amazing, huh? Beautiful streets. Well, I better give you some numbers. Here's the population history. Peak population was in 1980, 4662. Last census, 3754. So the town is losing some population. People are leaving. Not sure why, because it is a beautiful city. Median age here is 48. Now, I had some of you asking me to give the gender breakdown again. Okay. 53% female, 47% male. There's the breakdown here. That's just everywhere I drive. I guess you can see that in the trees. It's just incredible old houses. Holy cow. Yeah, some kind of town. All right, median household income, $47,946 a year. That's $922 a week. Poverty, 17.5 overall. School-age children, 17%. 65 and older, 18%. Cost of living is an 84. Housing, 54, that's the lowest. Groceries are 100. That's the highest. Same as the rest of the U.S. Now here's the race breakdown. 59% black, 33% white, 6% Hispanic, last 3% mixed or other. It's just more striking houses. I don't know if you can see that through the bushes. Check out this purple one over here. See that? Pretty amazing. And then there's another one here. Let me show that to you real quick. Oh, you cannot miss this one. That is one of the most beautiful houses I've ever seen. Look at that. That is striking. They've got a Dollar General here, and even it's fancy, with its hints of neoclassical architecture. You don't see that every day. You're probably wondering about crime. That's low. Latest numbers, 14 incidents per 1,000 people. That's quite a bit less than the U.S. crime rate of 23 per 1,000. Just filled with beautiful homes. I mean, holy cow. I guess you're probably wondering, what's the median home value in a town with homes and neighborhoods like this? $96,600. Yeah. I mean, wow. And I'm driving all over town. This is mostly what I see. It's just a really beautiful town. I mean, it just is. Am I right? What do you guys think? Jeez. You just drive, and this is all you see. Looks like an old colonial house. The architecture. Yeah, it's just awesome. I'm really impressed with this town. Well, it took me a few minutes to find this building. But here it is. This is the old county jail, built in 1891. And it's Romanesque revival architecture. Looks like it's a residence now. How awesome is that? Well, as I approach yet another striking, incredibly beautiful house, well, I think it's time to head to the next town. I mean, I guess we could look at these all day, but got some more places to show you. So let's head out. I am making my way into the town of Crawfordville, Georgia. Here is the downtown. How about if we take a quick look? And they have a county courthouse here. That is pretty amazing. So we'll stop and get out to look at that. You can see the tower right there. There it is. That is a beauty, isn't it? Yeah, Crawfordville is the county seat for Tullyford County. This was built in 1902, and this is High Victorian Gothic. Yeah, so Victorian Gothic is a little different than Gothic architecture in that its textures are a little different, usually more colorful. You can see the brick and the white. Incredible clock tower. That is beautiful. The town is named after William H. Crawford. He was the U.S. Secretary of War. This was in the early 1800s under President James Madison. But this town has some interesting Civil War history as well. That is the birthplace of Alexander Stephens. He was the vice president of the Confederacy. As this mural proclaims. Pretty interesting. This looks like this hasn't been open in a while. Let's take a look inside. And there's some treasures in there. And a lot of junk. Well, almost missed this. They've got a Confederate monument here, dedicated to the memory of our Confederate dead. Well, how about if we take a look-see around the town? Median age is 51. 54% female, 46% male. And a few extra ladies. Here's the ethnic breakdown. 57% white, 28% black, 1% Pacific Islander, 14% mixed race. A little bit unexpected to see Pacific Islander here. I wonder what this statue is. Oh, that's a statue of Stevens, the Confederate vice president. You know what, I'm going to stop, go take a closer look. So this is Alexander H. Stevens. Got quite the monument to him here. Born February 11, 1812. He was in the Georgia House of Representatives, the Senate. Retired from Congress 1859. Became the vice president of the Confederate States 1861 to 1865. It looks like he became a senator in Georgia after that. Back to the House. Then the governor of Georgia in 1882. Died in Atlanta in 1883. Wow. I am afraid of nothing on earth, or above the earth, or under the earth, except to do wrong. The path of duty I shall endeavor to travel, fearing no evil, dreading no consequences. Wow. And this house here is his home. That is Liberty Hall. Well, I don't think I gave you guys population history yet. 1940, peak population, 1,056 people. Last census, 479. There's quite a few people gone. I was hoping to see a train. Let me see. Let me give you median household income. Let's take a look at this house, though. That's in pretty bad shape, isn't it? All right, median household income, $49,000. $49,000 a year. That's $942 a week. Poverty, 11.1 overall. School-age children, it's 11%. 65 and older is 20%. Now, that's kind of high. Cost of living is an 82. Lowest is housing, that's a 50. Groceries are a 100, just like the rest of the U.S., just like the last town. Let's see. Wow, I just came upon these. I guess somebody lived in those at one time. Wow. Yeah, there's a few abandoned places here. That's going to give you a median home value. Well, that's just falling apart, isn't it? It's $63,900. That's pretty cheap, isn't it? Let's see, crime. Last year, 2.9 incidents per 100. Just a little bit higher than USA's 2.3. And there are some beautiful houses here, just like the last town. Now there's some guy just hanging out there. Not sure what he's doing. Here is an old church that is, yeah, they're not holding services there. It's abandoned. It's Gothic architecture. Well, this one has seen better days, hasn't it? Here is the post office. Always like to try to show that. All right, well, I think that's enough here. Let's head to the next town. That just doesn't seem livable, does it? I'm in the town of Union Point. I didn't run numbers or anything here. It's just on the way. Just want to give you a quick glance at it. Check out this really cool mural that they have here. And another thing they have that's pretty awesome is this clock. Like that. And they also have a pretty cool old theater. Not sure if it's in operation. I'm in the town of Greensboro. Here's the downtown. They've got a county courthouse here. I'm going to find that first. We'll take a look. So far, the downtown's really pretty, though. Well, there it is. That looks like a county courthouse, doesn't it? That looks like some kind of building. Yeah, we better get a closer look. Yeah, that is a striking building, isn't it? That is the Greene County Courthouse. Greensboro is the county seat. That is, well, it was built in 1849, but that's Greek Revival. Yeah, you could totally see that somewhere in Greece, couldn't you? The town and the county was named after Revolutionary War hero Nathaniel Greene. And it looks like they have a Confederate monument here as well. Let's get a close look and see what it says. In honor of the brave who fell defending the right of local self-government. There you go. Faithful unto death. Now there's the back of the county courthouse. Here behind it is the old Greene County Jail. And they spell it G-A-O-L. That's the way they spelled it in Australia, by the way, instead of J-A-I-L. And this is something to see, isn't it? The placard's right here, and the information is really interesting. The old rock jail in the rear of the courthouse is patterned after the Bastilles where prisoners were housed and punished 100 or more years ago. Built of granite about 2 feet thick. It is 2 stories in height and has a trapdoor in the floor of the upper story where condemned prisoners were hanged. An iron bar supported the trapdoor. When the signal was given, the hangman pulled the lever that controlled the bar and the culprit was launched into eternity. This prison was built about 1807 after the general presentments of the Greene County Superior Court recommended that a substantial jail be built. The cells were veritable dungeons without light or ventilations, except for the grated door downstairs and the small grated windows above. It'd be so cool to be able to see inside this thing. it appears that is a no-go. Wow. What I'd give to go inside those doors and see what it looks like. This is a beautiful downtown. I don't think I showed you a map yet. Let's do that real quick. And then I'll give you population. Here's the history. Peak population 2020, 3648, last census. Median age here is 49. It's 55% female, 45% male. All right, here's the Greensboro post office. That looks like New Deal architecture. Let's see, let me give you ethnic breakdown. 56% black, 35% white, 5% Hispanic. And the remaining is mixed race. It's a big church here. Presbyterian church. Median household income, $42,508 a year. That's $817 a week. Poverty is 18%. But look at school-age children, 59%. Man, that is high. 6 out of every 10 child here lives in poverty. 65 and older, 17%. Cost of living is 84. Housing is the lowest, 54. Groceries, 100. Same as the U.S., just like the other two. Well, here's a beautiful Episcopal church. Well, let's see. Let me give you crime. It's pretty low. 21 incidents per 1,000 people. A little bit lower than the U.S. Rate of 23 per 1,000 people. They all look pretty much just alike, don't they? I guess you could say this was an early cookie cutter neighborhood. Of course, you see them all the time now. Well, it is springtime in Georgia. Look at all these beautiful colors. Well, there's some beautiful houses here. Just outside of downtown. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this one. Up next we are heading into South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina. Here we come. We will see you guys there. Yeah, toss this one.